I have no idea where we left you off at. I know that I have been meaning to film more, but I've just not been able to. It has been a whirlwind, but we're here, we made it, and we are in the new rental home. Behind me is where our fridge should hopefully come today. The home didn't come with a refrigerator, so we purchased one. And I'm just grateful that we were able to do that so that we can get grocery shopping. And we've been having to do like delis at the grocery store and eating out like that a lot. And it just, after a while, it wears on you. It sounds like it would be so lovely to never cook, but no, I miss it. So along with that, we'll be probably learning to cook on an electric stove. I'm not the best on electric stoves. I prefer a gas stove, but it'll be an adventure. I do have my coffee pot. I found it, yay, but I haven't found the coffee. So we're running on decaf today because I found decaf pods and I was able to make 1 cup at least to have like the feel of having coffee. But let me show you around a little bit. I've been doing quite a bit of unpacking. There'll be quite a bit of reorganizing to do. My kiddos are, 2 littles are at the table, they're playing, so you can probably hear the games behind them. Yeah, but I mean, we've got a bunch, that's a box of paper, packing paper, because, and these, there's a ton here. So I've got to find a recycle center because we've already filled up our recycle and all of this is full of paper and we have smashed it down, especially the ones on the bottoms. We've smashed it down as much as we can. Like I've even had the kids like stand in it and step it down. So all of that to unpack. We are saving some of it for drawing paper. So we'll recycle a little bit, but that filled up super fast. We've just got so much still to do, but I wanted to pop in and say hello. You know we're here. Today we're gonna get, like I said, delivery of the fridge should come, and also they should turn the gas on. The gas wasn't on in this house, so we'll be able to have a hot shower, which is super exciting. Let's unpack a little bit more. I don't know how much unpacking I will do because I mean it's just literally me going through boxes, pulling stuff out, trying to find a recycle center, but I will try to take you through organizing as much as I can. In this one we have a beautiful pantry. So exciting to have pantry again, but I am just throwing things in there. So I just pulled stuff out of the boxes and put it on a shelf, and there's no rhyme or reason to it right now. I don't even know if everything's gonna stay in here. I have stuff like even on the bottom that I don't want to stay like that quite on the bottom. Well, I definitely have a like pantry reorganization or organization at some point because I gotta take that out. And then as well as like organizing the kitchen, I am just pulling stuff out, putting them in drawers. There's no, just as I find stuff. So I'm not quite sure of the layout and how we want that, but that'll all be coming up. I just wanted to check in, say hello, kind of figure out where we're at. Because I left, I know the moving out part, everything just kind of went in a whirlwind. So there's like just tiny bits and pieces of everything, but you've already seen all that. So let's get to today. We just did our first grocery Costco run yesterday. I'm finishing up an Azure order. I hope to have that out. I don't know the timeline at all of our videos because everything's kind of a mess. I know from this angle, you can't really tell, but maybe I'll take the camera around and zoom it around so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There's just stuff everywhere, as it kind of is when you're unpacking and learning where things go and that kind of thing. I'm anxious to get into our rhythm and routines, but it's gonna take a little bit. I think was hopeful that we were just gonna jump right in with both feet, but it's gonna take a little bit. I'm also learning that a couple of things got left behind in the move, like our kitchen utensils, kind of random, but I guess we were kind of just so exhausted that we just did a quick like walk through, but we didn't open every single drawer, and so we got to replace those. Let's dive in and see where it takes us. We're gonna work on a different project. It's been a few days. I know these are so choppy, but this is just how life is kind of right now. So here's the project we're gonna work on. In the move, our bookshelves got a little bit damaged in the back part of them, but these bookshelves, so this cardboard piece, these bookshelves just have these little backings, and that's what got damaged. This particular one, it was a full-size shelf like this one, but I didn't realize that that's what was making it so rickety and unstable. And so I actually took it apart and made it like a shorter 3-shelf one. So we went over to Home Depot and we got some plywood. There's stuff everywhere. We got some just regular plywood. It's pretty thin. And I had them cut it to the dimensions of our bookshelves, including the little short squatty one I have. So my attempt is to replace the cardboard with this plywood. We did the plywood because it was the cheapest route. We looked at like maybe plywood. What am I saying? Is that what I got? I think that's what I got. We looked at other stuff. I think that's the cheapest. I'll try to remember to put the name down for you what I did. But that's what we did. Essentially, we looked for the cheapest option that was thin that we could get there. And then I picked up this contact sheet paper from Walmart. I wanted one that had maybe like black and brown in it. I don't know if it'll pick it up there. So I wanted one that had black and brown specks in it because some of our furniture, I don't know if you can see back here, is brown. And some of it is black. This tabletop, this desk here is black back here. And then like this wardrobe closet is brown. And so I thought if I could tie the two in, that would be ideal. And I just wasn't sure how to do it. Also, yes, I'm wearing a Christmas sweater or shirt before Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween person and I'm already gonna roll with it. So let me start this project. I don't know how it's going to work out. I think I'm going to try to measure the rolling. I got 2 of these contact sheet rolls. This one, it says, I know if I had mathed, I could have figured it all out, but I didn't. And I was at the store and I've got to be honest, my brain feels like it's like firing on only half engines these days. So it says 25 square feet, 20 inches by 15 feet. So I'm going to measure these tall ones first and see if I have enough, because if I don't have enough, if I only have enough for the 2 tall ones, maybe we'll skip the bottom one and just do one side of this board is actually brown and the other side is white. So maybe we'll use one of those for the small one if we don't have enough, but let's see. That line was so crooked. I did not do a good job cutting it. Oh. Okay, so when I rolled it out and I did one full roll on here, it gave me, whoa, it left just this tiny bit that needs to be done, but it's enough that it'll be seen by the edge of the bookshelf. So I'm going to roll out another one. Because I have such a hard time cutting straight, I'm going to use the guidelines on here. Even though I only need to here, I'm going to go over to the next line. And I'll need another roll, another one the same size for the other bookshelf that's the same size. So I have 2 bookshelves that are this size and then one smaller one. So we will go through both rolls. There probably is a better way, like maybe a more efficient way to do this, but like I said, I don't know it right now, and I just want to get a project done today. It's one of those days where you're like, I need to have a little bit of a win. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna cut it along, I'm gonna try to cut it along this edge here, and then I'm gonna take it, measure it, cut another one for the next bookshelf. And then we'll see if we have enough for the third bookshelf. So there's a tight overhang, There's a slight overhang here, and all I'm doing is, instead of cutting the little bit off, I'm just folding it over. If you want it to be more precise, you could cut it off. You probably cut it more precisely to start with, but like I said, just kind of want to get the project done. I want to get the books on our bookshelves and not keep these boards. We had them in the garage, and I want to get the project done. Let me know if anybody else is like me, where you're like, done is better than perfect. That's kind of where we're at right now. We could have left this black cardboard. I probably could have just left it on there, but I think I'm gonna take it off because I'm gonna hammer new nails into it, and I went to all the trouble of getting the contact paper. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. And hopefully I don't mess this up too badly. I was able to get one nail out, and just for size comparison, this is the size that came out. This is the size that we bought. Let's see how close we got. These were the smallest ones we could find at our local Home Depot. 1 inch, I think, long. I still think they're gonna be longer, but hopefully it'll still work. So the shorter one is the one that came out. Those are the ones we bought. Let's see. Well, the boys were nailing it in because my husband came home and it turned into a little bit of a learning project. But now we're gonna pick it up and see what it looks like. Ta-da! Let's put the shelves in, but I moved one of these to the corner. This is like our living room area. And I don't have a rhyme or reason right now of what books are going in here. I think we're going to switch it up as we pull out all our books. And then I definitely want to go through our books and see if there's more we can donate and pass on. There's a little free library near us, and so I want to take the kids to go see that too. But one step at a time. So I think I'm just going to put books in here for now with no rhyme or reason. Just as I pull them out of the boxes, they went into the boxes with kind of no rhyme or reason too. So, and then we'll come back and organize them. But for now, we'll just get some of them out, and then we can look through them later. I think, of course, it would be easier to just touch it once and go through it, but apparently I'm not doing things the easy route this time around. I just want to get the stuff out of the boxes and see if we can't start to make sense of the space that we have and moving things around. But first, let's just get it out of the boxes. I'm thinking already eventually this area I may want to keep some of the overflow of like DVDs. We didn't have a spot for DVDs and video games and things like that. So this shelf may turn into that, but we'll see. I've got someone warming up water, so there's stuff in the background. I'm just gonna put stuff on here, and then we'll see where we put the other bookshelves too. Okay, here's the beginnings of the bookshelf. This one is still empty. We're still emptying out boxes, but here's what it's kind of looking like. I will reorganize my bookshelves and things later, but for now, I like it. It'll work. And we've got room to start unpacking books and getting it going. So like I said, I will reorganize and kind of make some sense of the bookshelves later, but we also have a big box here that my kids have been playing in, and so I just had that put to the side. But here's what we're looking like. And I know it's probably not coming up on camera, but I think the little brown speckles in there being next to the brown wood here, it helps. So it's not so dark, and then the black background and the black bookshelves against the wood, the brown wood. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, that's where we're at with moving. We still have so many more boxes to go through. This is just the front room area. There's so much more upstairs. The kitchen still has a ways to go. This is some of the packing paper that I saved that the kids can draw on. We have things everywhere. We did get some like mineral water. We're trying to eat at home, figure out how to make that work, but you know, stuff just doesn't make sense here. One day we're gonna get to the kitchen and hopefully get it going a little bit better, figure that out. That will be the next, well, it's in the mix. I made some eggs this morning, but also I'm getting kombucha going. One of our tea bags broke, so we've got it in here, but got kombucha in a jar, and that's gonna get going. I really need to sit down and make a list and kind of prioritize. I'm having a really hard time focusing, as you can probably see, and just, I don't know if I want to start one room and finish it or just get all the boxes unpacked. As I unpack one box, like for instance, we have a box in the kitchen area, in the dining area, that belonged in the basement. And in this home, we don't have a basement. So I could put it in the garage, but my husband is in the middle of getting things taken care of in the garage and set up in there. And so if I don't even know if there's room in there. There's stuff in the garage that's gonna need to be brought in. So when I go to undo boxes in one room, it leads to other rooms, and then I start doing those rooms. We've slowly started doing laundry again. We got the washer and dryer hooked up. And so the past like 2-3 days, I have been trying to get at least one, hopefully 2 loads of laundry done, because we got a little bit behind. We're not too far behind. I think it's just mostly clothes were getting mixed with dirty clothes. And so I'm washing them all. I'm just about caught up, but now we have to do towels. So that is also getting done. But I think for now, I'm gonna try to mash all these bits and clips together, and that will be in the end of this vlog. I will try to make the moving vlogs more cohesive, but like I said, it's just turning into like moving days and unpacking days and things like that, because there is no rhyme or reason right now. So thanks so much for hanging out with us though. Let me know if you have any unpacking tips as we go along, or just if you also despise moving as much as I do. There is some sort of excitement in it, and like getting to unpack and reorganize and go through your things, but I just feel at some point you hit this wall and you're like, I just want to be done. I just want all the boxes out. I just don't want to do this anymore. Just trying to get the boxes unpacked, and then I think like organization will come later, but we'll see, hopefully. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out and watching.